I'm Popcorn Snow, and in this video I'm going to be showing you blanket stitch. It's used as an edging stitch to stop fabric from fraying, like this one's starting to do. It's traditionally seen as a box stitch, square, but it can also be made tall and thin depending on your fabric's needs, and it's one of those stitches that's the same the front and the back. So how do we do it? I've started off I've secured my thread. I don't do knots. There's a whole video about me not doing knots. So I've secured my thread on the back, and I'm going to go on from here. Now I prefer doing blanket stitch from left to right, but it's equally possible to do it from right to left. I'll show you both. I don't think it's necessarily a left-handed, right-handed thing. I think it's a preference. So starting at the back, put the needle in, if you're going to the right of your secured thread, and you'll see that the thread makes a loop, and I'm just pushing the needle through the loop, but if it's not making a loop, just wrap it round the back and pull it through. Now the first one you do is just a vertical with no across, and I'll show you the across in just a moment. So choose what distance you want. I'm going to do long thin ones. It's kind of a decorative stitch, so it's nice to keep it even, makes it more pretty. Okay, put it through, make sure it's wrapped around, and there you're starting to see the stitch. The first one is also always a bit wangy. You continue to push it through, make sure the thread is behind the needle. And we're starting to see the square top that this really characterises the stitch. And away we go, and I'm not doing this very neatly because I'm kind of just rushing to make it a really short video. Okay, and this is basically it. So you just always put it in, make sure the thread is behind, and pull through. Now if you wanted to do it from right to left, I'm just going to show you by flipping it over. Obviously this would have been at the back had I started. This messed up stitch would have been at the back. So again, you just pop it in, make sure the thread is behind, and pull through. And you'll start to see that the thread that goes over the top is always slightly behind your fabric, so these ones are up at the front and quite prominent because I was working the other way. But if I do a couple of stitches this way around, the threads start to shift towards the back of the fabric again. It's very slight, but it's noticeable, as I say, because it's a decorative stitch. So these are things to consider. So, one more time, push it through, make sure the thread is wrapped behind, and pull out. So that's it, going the other way, and so you'll see more or less the same, except the stitches have swapped sides of the fabric. And that is blanket stitch.